Hello, I'm Yomogurum.
Hello, this is Go Minsu.
Chief, finally. I brought a car that really suits you, Chief. Ha ha ha! The car I'm driving now.
Kia Tasuma.
This is the Kia Tasuma. We did a short live stream earlier, and now we've returned to our destination. Alright, Tasuma, please tell us clearly about Tasuma today.
This car, the X Pro, is an off-road specialized model, so you can't just drive it here. Off-road. I want to try off-roading, but due to the circumstances, I'll just do an on-road review today.
This is the X Pro X-Track version, which truly shines off-road. That's right. Last time, when I briefly tried both off-road and on-road together, I noticed they felt different due to their setups. Today, let's drive based on the X-Track and X Pro versions.
Alright, let's get started. First, I'm starting off in four-wheel drive auto mode, and wow, this dashboard is really a work of art.
We've never praised a dashboard like this before.
Here, it even shows the roll and pitch angles. Could you get a shot of this? It even displays the steering angle.
Turning the steering wheel shows roll and pitch, and the dashboard displays all tilt details. That information is usually shown only on the off-road display, but here it comes up by default even without switching to that mode.
That's right, since this company has off-road technology. We talked about this earlier, but Kia is now making the next generation military tactical vehicles. Back in our military days, vehicles like the K131 Returner and Contorno were made, and now Kia is also making the new tactical vehicles.
That's right.
Because of that, the requirements for military vehicles are extremely strict. For example, regarding the longitudinal slope, it must climb a 60-degree incline.
60 degrees, a 60-degree slope.
That's right.
If it's 60 degrees, isn't it just like this? You guys, the slope is much steeper than you think.
You also need to drive on a 40-degree cross slope.
60 degrees. But how do you know that numerically? What did you do in the military?
That's how you get selected as a tactical vehicle. But they've already had experience making those kinds of vehicles, they have the technology, and now that such a company has made this off-road specialized model, how could you not be curious? I was really curious too.
Then please tell us your first impression.
If you remove the Kia logo, it looks like a military vehicle.
You're right, it even has all-terrain tires.
It's got all-terrain tires on it.
There's nothing left to do.
So, there are a lot of mixed opinions about this design, but I really like it. Because a car like this should really look like this to be cool.
That's right. Honestly, there are a lot of comments on our channel saying it's not that great. But let me just put it this way. See it for yourself. Check it out in person and then decide. If you haven't seen it yourself, you shouldn't judge if it's good or bad. You'll notice the Tasman is different, and with a few tweaks, it looks really cool.
You know, when you look at the car, it feels like you should go somewhere with it.
And before the Tasman, we didn't really have a body-on-frame vehicle like the Mojave's predecessor. So naturally, people compare it to the Mojave, and many are probably curious about what's different from the Mojave. What do you think?
First of all, the Mojave had a diesel engine, and it was a 6-cylinder diesel.
Oh, so it was different.
And the Mojave also used to have a 4.6 gasoline engine in the past. What that means is, Kia's concept for making the Mojave is to make it a luxury car. This one is focused on being a pickup truck, and especially this X Pro model is specialized for off-roading, so it has a much higher ground clearance, and it comes out like this. You can probably go off-road without any tuning on most open terrains.
The Tasman is a vehicle that can handle most open terrains in Korea in its stock form.
When we buy cars like this, we usually lift the suspension and upgrade the tires a few inches.
We believe we must do that, but we really don't.
Yeah, the ground clearance is amazing.
That's right. It feels totally different getting in and out.
That's right.
When I ride a car like this, I kind of feel like I'm on the same level as the local minibus driver, you know.
There's that too. And then there's stuff like this terrain mode or four-wheel drive, differential lock. And in the case of the X Pro in the back, it comes with an electronic limited slip differential, which is similar to the one in Genesis. But as for the performance, of course, there are already videos about it circulating overseas, so the performance is really good.
Then what are the differences in terms of ride comfort? The car I'm curious about is the Mojave.
Since it's a frame body, and not only is it a frame body, but it also has leaf springs in the rear.
Ah, that's right.
There's what we commonly call a leaf spring in the back. For a car with a leaf spring, the rear is actually quite...
That's true.
This is actually pretty good.
A plate spring is made up of several layers in the form of plates to load items. But since that's the default, it's a bit more flexible than the multi-ink round you might be thinking of. But even so, it's better than you'd expect.
It's good. We're empty right now. It's just the two of us and we don't have any cargo. The cargo bed is empty too, and we're driving on a regular road at about 80 km/h. The road here isn't very good either. But at this level, the ride quality is pretty good.
I'm even more curious about another vehicle. If we compare it to vehicles currently on the market, there's the domestic authentic pickup truck Rexton, and among imported brands, there's Chevrolet Colorado. How does it compare to the Rexton?
It's a bit smoother than the Rexton.
It's smooth.
This one is a bit smoother than the Rexton, but the Rexton seems to have better straight line stability. However, when it comes to the Rexton Con, it feels a bit more. That one feels a bit bouncy in the back, but this one seems to be tuned for a more luxurious feel.
It's more luxurious, but I'm not sure this is a fair comparison. Because the Colorado is already a bit old and its price is now over 70 million won. So honestly, the difference is just too big. It's kind of in between, you know. How does it compare to the Colorado?
Even compared to the Colorado, this trim is still about 20 million, one more expensive.
With the Colorado, this is the top trim.
Since this is the highest trim, there's about a 20 million won difference, but we've also test driven the Colorado before. That one felt good. Even though it was a pickup truck, it was quiet, and it even drove well. It felt stable too. So I definitely got the impression that it was made by a country with a lot of experience making pickups. As for the Tasman, it feels like it's right in the middle.
They positioned it well.
It seems to go exactly according to its price position.
And besides, this is a first generation model, isn't it?
That's right, first generation models.
If first generation model can't do this much.
Of course. So first of all, this has convenience features unique to Hyundai and Kia that you can't get in the Colorado.
Awesome, awesome.
This is just on another level.
Even if you bring every pickup here, even if you bring a giant one worth over 100 million, it can't match the convenience features. It has convenience features that are absolutely unmatched and untouchable, and on top of that, it doesn't even have a driver assistance system. You just can't have it. There are definitely differences, and since it's a bit softer, I think a dad's and a mom's perspectives would be quite different. From a family perspective, right? If you look at it as a family car, this one might actually be the most comfortable. Also, the second row reclining function wasn't available before, but now it is, so that's another feature. If it's a pickup with H tires, it's the X Pro trim. How is its basic performance?
Its basic driving performance allows for quite a bit of body roll.
So can we say it allows for body roll, and rolling?
That's right, there's a lot of side-to-side roll. It allows it. Because it's an off-road specialized model, when you're off-roading...
That's right, that's right.
If you tie the left and right suspensions together too much, the grip is bound to decrease.
It also makes handling uncomfortable.
If you look at off-road cars running in the desert and places like that, you see the wheels moving up and down like this. The multi-link needs to be quite loose. Even with the chassis, the off-road specialized model is a bit more softer.
Then if we divide it into the front and rear, what differences are there between the front and rear?
The rear definitely has leaf springs.
Because it's high on the frame body.
And the axle is also a solid axle. It's solid. In the front, it has a WC bar structure, and the suspension stroke is also very long. So because of that, it feels a bit bouncy.
It's a bit softer. The younger side?
That's right.
Some people say, once I buy it, I'll just ride the Tasman and go off-road daily. They're usually quite wealthy. You commute to work and use it for leisure on the weekends, but generally you'll use it more on road than off-road. Would something a bit firmer be better for those kinds of people?
For those people, actually, the Extreme might be better than the X Pro.
Since you have the option, you can use the Extreme as well.
I think it would be good to choose either the Adventure or the Extreme. And then for those who are mainly looking for leisure, the X Pro would be better, if you look at it like this right now. Ground clearance is 2.5 cm higher than the standard model. It also comes with off-road specialized tires, and then you can choose things like towing mode or even inertia brake control.
That's right, I was surprised.
The tow mode is also very detailed, and then this terrain mode is really specialized as well. So if you're someone who does off-roading or enjoys those kinds of leisure activities, I think if you buy this, you can go to most places without having to do any off-road settings or tuning.
You don't have to do it. We mentioned during the live broadcast that undercoating isn't needed and there's little else you need to do.
That's right. Really, if you watch YouTube, there are people who go to those remote places endlessly. Those people probably need to do something. But by our standards, when we talk about off-roading, wouldn't this be more than enough?
That's true. This is how Tasman's cornering ability looks.
It's holding up. The rear supports it.
Because the rear is holding tight?
The rear has lift springs, you know?
That's right.
Because the rear holds up well. And in the front it feels a bit loose because of the off-road setup. But once it starts to lean, it holds up. And even though it seems like it would lean a lot, the stabilizer bar, I'll show you the thickness later, is actually pretty sturdy. So it doesn't lean as much as you'd think.
On this course that we always test on, like this.
At the curved section,
Low speeds are fine. Still, a frame body is a frame body, right?
also since the rear is definitely a leaf spring, it's definitely a bit stiffer.
But it's not uncomfortable.
That's right. The Colorado we had back then also had leaf springs, right? But we said the same thing about the Colorado. It was pretty good for having leaf springs in the back. I think the Tasman today feels pretty good too.
Then it really feels like Goliath. This car weighs over 2.5 tons, but even loaded or towing a large caravan, it still drives the same. Then what's really important is the braking power.
The braking power is good too. Earlier I tried braking a bit hard and it was steady.
Right.
The pedal force is very linear and braking power increases smoothly as you press, which I liked.
It's solid and consistent.
Because usually the braking force comes on strong at first and then fades when you press harder. But with this, it responds very precisely to how much you press.
Me too. Last time when I did a test drive off-road, I couldn't talk about the braking power in the video, but honestly, I was pretty surprised. Of all Hyundai and Kia cars, I like this feeling the most. It's really nice.
So I think the braking power is going to be pretty good. Of course, it's not like I'm towing something in the back or anything like that right now. I can't speak for those extreme situations, but for regular driving or carrying some cargo, I think this should be enough.
And doesn't this look really rugged? So I thought it would be really loud. We're driving on the highway right now. What do you think?
It's quieter than I expected.
It's quiet, isn't it?
It's quieter than I expected, even with all-terrain tires.
All-terrain tires.
It's equipped with off-road tires, but it's really quiet.
The only sound you hear is the engine tone.
The engine is the car's loudest sound?
Honestly, when I drive the latest cars these days, one of the features I envy the most is noise cancellation. I find that really impressive. Since electric cars are quieter, I expected this one to be a bit noisy when I got in. But our previous car, the Palisade, was also a recent model.
That's right.
We rode it once, remember? But it's just as quiet as that. I was like, what's going on here? That's how it felt.
There is some noise, but that's because we're going a bit faster now. Earlier we were driving at 70, 80, around 90, so that's why. Speeding up increases noise slightly.
But it's still okay? Maybe I just expected too little. No, it's like a pickup truck, but this is a domestic pickup, so it's quieter than I expected. I haven't really driven this one at like 150 or anything, but this isn't really the kind of car you drive like that, right?
That's right, it's not the kind of car you drive like that.
Comfortable in normal situations.
It's comfortable, but since it's set up mainly for off-road, you have to put in a lot more steering effort.
Oh, since there's a bit of rolling like this.
Right, since the roll is continuous and steady, you have to keep adjusting the steering.
Those things can differ depending on the version.
That's right, the standard model will probably be better than this. But the X Pro is optimized for off-roading.
So today, sir, for people buying for the first time, rather than thinking men should go off-road, there are definitely differences between those two vehicles.
There are differences, so you should test drive them.
Test drive them before choosing, right?
And when you put on these all-terrain tires, the fuel efficiency drops a lot. The tires themselves are big, sturdy and heavy, so some people choose them just because they look good. But the reality is you have to pay for the gas.
Yes, many people are like that. After buying them, you also need to replace the tires, which isn't cheap.
That's right.
So instead of buying like that, I think it would be better if you choose according to what you really need. And besides that, pickup trucks can also have things attached to the back and they can carry a lot, right? If you're not going to do that, if you have no intention of doing that at all, then you shouldn't buy it, right? If you're only going to use the basics.
A basic used car is essentially a livelihood vehicle for the self-employed, right?
Self-employed people use it for business purposes. The moment you add leisure or off-road, you have to do a little bit more.
Now that the Tasman has come out, companies that make leisure-related products like rear campers, rooftop tents, or camping boxes are working hard to develop dedicated products for it.
When the opportunity comes, they say you should row your boat, so that's what they're doing now.
Because this came out from Kia, you know? This was a field that only SsangYong used to make, but now Kia has made it too. Oh man.
The market itself, after all.
It's definitely different. If I bought a pickup, I'd choose this one.
Really?
If I buy this, I can just fix the things that are a bit inconvenient for me.
The price gap is just too big right now.
The price difference is just too big, you know?
That's right, it's changed again. In the past, there wasn't such a big price difference, even with the previous generation of the Colorado.
That's right, back then it was in the 40 million won range.
It used to be attractive, but now the fully loaded version costs 60 to 70 million won, over 20 million won more than this one.
There's a 20 million won difference.
Right? Since you don't need to do much, especially with the suspension, if I bought one now, I'd pick this over the Colorado.
I think I'd buy this one.
Up until now, I was leaning toward the Colorado because there was such a big difference. But if you consider the price, it's pretty appealing.
That's right, with a bit of tuning, you can get this for under $100 or $200.
For under 200.
I think you could just spend $1 million won.
Then what are you tuning?
If it were me, I'd choose this. It's great for off-road, but I'd still consider the on-road ratio. Then you need to reduce the roll a bit in the front.
Just control the roll a bit, just that much.
If you ride this and feel that the rear leaf spring makes the ride too uncomfortable, there are reinforcement products for the rear leaf spring these days, so you can reinforce it a bit. If you do this.
If you feel dissatisfied while driving, wait 2 or 3 years before making changes after getting a new car. If you only drive off-road, those aspects might actually be good for you. But if you want to tweak things a bit, making improvements will really boost your satisfaction with the car.
On top of that, domestic cars have cheap parts, and when you consider the maintenance costs, even for a 2.5 turbo gasoline engine, the replacement and upkeep costs are much lower.
That's right, it's outstanding.
That's also low, and then there are the convenience features and options unique to domestic cars.
Even considering those things, the Tasman has quite a bit of its own charm. I really want to praise this. It's a first-generation vehicle, not even a facelift, with little data available, yet they've achieved this. Given it's a first-gen model, I want to rate it highly. I didn't expect it to be this good. It's good. I think Kia is really good at tuning things like ride comfort and stuff like that.
That's right, Mojave continued the legacy with this pickup, so it's disappointing it ended without a successor. Because with a full-frame body like this, there are definitely people who want it. Still, Mojave was keeping the legacy alive, so it was really disappointing when it disappeared.
It's gone, it's really gone. So, wouldn't it be natural if an SUV like Tasman appeared as a concept or something similar?
That's right.
So the name could disappear?
That's right.
That could happen, but it's a shame for such a great vehicle to exist only as a pickup truck. Just from seeing it like this, I'm already looking forward to checking out the interior as well.
Because when Mojave first came out, the rear suspension had air springs.
Correct, it featured air suspension and multiple engine choices.
Yes, that's right.
You're right, that was very high-end.
It was high-end.
Really?
It was a high-end frame body with an air spring in the back, so it was quite good.
That's right, it really is. Let's look forward to the Mojave being reborn as a new version. Okay, let's go back, Banjangnim. How is the undercarriage of the Tasman different, and aren't there a lot of things we're seeing for the first time? Please check this part thoroughly. Understood? Thank you for your words today.
Yes.
Thank you.